another edition of the Sideline Sit Down, our 1 p.m. show with my special guest, Brownsville Pace's Jose Banda, the QB baseball player for the Vikings. So, how's it going, Jose? Thanks for being with me today.
How you doing? Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. So, how's summer treating you? I know we just got off a holiday. I mean, just how's it been the last couple of months? I know it's been a up and down kind of roller coaster since March. Your baseball season got cut short and everything, but how you been through these last couple of months? How you been coping? How you been keeping busy?
No, it's been good. It's been good. It's different, but it's been good. I've been keeping in shape here, working out with my brother. Doing those Zoom workouts they give us. I've been playing baseball with the sliders. Yes, sir. So been traveling around Texas playing baseball.
Yeah, and how's that been? I know baseball and softball, those are some of the sports that have still been, the travel team still going strong, still, doing tournaments and stuff. I mean, just how's it been? How's it differing this summer or this time around than it has in past summers? I know with the whole pandemic going on, how's it? Crowds different. I mean, just is the way you guys travel and do things different? Just how is it routine for you?
It's way different. Like in the dugouts, we have to wear masks to cover our faces, and it's like a limited number per player that can go into the stadium, stuff like that.
All right. Well, awesome, man. Well, I'm glad to see that you're still playing, man. I know there's a lot of people wish they can get out back to some sort of stuff they recognize. So yeah, man. So tell me, how was the season going for you guys before it got cut? I know you're in the middle of the end of your junior year, wrapping that up here, but you were in the middle of the baseball season. How was that going? What was the look of the team? Just what were the expectations? Just how was everything going?
Man, we were definitely really excited to play. We had a couple of new guys last year, so we were trying to see like how the work we put in off season and stuff like that, how it would show on the field. We were definitely excited to see that, and like with it being cut short, it was kind of a really big bummer, because like Coach Rod especially, like he had put so much work into the program and all, and like it was kind of a tough thing for Coach Rod.
Yeah, man. So I mean, just what was the makeup of the team like? You talk about like you got some new guys in, but how are you guys doing? Maybe record wise, just how was the season? How was it going like on the field?
Well, we had done good. Season opener, we lost to Veterans. Okay, that's about it. But San Antonio tournament, I think we went 2-2. So we had been doing good. The La Jolla tournament, we won a couple games there. We were looking strong.
Yeah. So I mean, you say you lost to Veterans. That's not an easy out, man. I know, and you guys are in an area of where baseball's, really. I mean, they've held their own in like some tough districts. I mean, there's Brownsville Veterans. They've had a couple of district titles. Hannah's always tough. Uvetto was always tough over there playing in the district with Los Fresnos. So I mean, those are some good teams around out there in Brownsville. The last couple of years, Brownsville, football's been strong, basketball's been strong, but people, baseball's been really strong as well, man. Just what do you think? What are your opinions and thoughts on the baseball scene within the city?
No, yeah, Brownsville really has some talent that hasn't been seen yet. A lot of talent, especially here down here. Baseball's like a really big thing. Like Hispanic stuff. Like it just runs in the family sometimes. So it's a big deal.
Yeah, man. Well, I'm glad to see that. Followed a couple of teams there, and I know that it's you guys play hard. And then overall, man, I just think there's just a lot of you talk about talent not being seen in Brownsville. I just think that through all phases, through all sports, I think there's a lot of talent, a lot of people I haven't seen. And for instance, for you guys at Pace and the football program, I talked to Coach Pardo, and he's really excited about some of the this past year's freshmen that are coming up, some of the freshman JV teams, and you guys had a really young team of yourself on the field. You had a lot of underclassmen putting in work on the varsity this past year, and you run to the playoffs. So, I mean, just talk to us about some of the youth at Pace that you've seen. I mean, maybe not only in football, but in other sports as well.
Oh, yeah, well, Coach Pardo and the coaching staff has done like a really good job of bringing in the young guys and putting them to work as they had been there before. They do a really good job at that, and like with like the kids, they show up. They definitely put the work in, and they show that they can be there. So like seeing them and like perform well on the field too, it's like a really good thing. It's like really good.
Yeah, and I mean, your first year, you guys had a really solid stacked team, especially on the defensive end. A lot of experienced players, so you had a really nice, well-rounded team. And this past year, a lot of people, including myself, probably thought you guys might take a bit of a step back with a lot of kids on the learning curve. But you guys came out strong. I mean, you started district out strong. Some of these kids have really stepped up. I mean, you as a second-year quarterback, to see some of the younger guys coming up to that learning curve really quick. What was that like for you, and how did it really kind of help you guys, get going?
No, it felt good, like being like one of the leaders in the team and seeing them step up to like the occasion in a lot of different games. Like it felt good. It felt like I accomplished something by helping them get to where they wanted to be at.
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, and I know we spoke at length of this before. I know whenever I last interviewed you. But I mean, just at what point of the season, I mean, did you just kind of really look at things, observe, and be like, okay, like these young guys have something. I mean, was there a time where it kind of clicked for you as well? I mean, just for the whole team as a whole?
Like I would have to say it was definitely like seeing us take that tough loss against La Jolla, and then that game against Mission Veterans, like that definitely like I guess like clicked in my mind that we had to, be better, do better, and like just perform every week like we had something to prove.
Yeah, and for you coming in as a second-year quarterback, man, I know they put the ball in your hands a lot, especially down the stretch. You had the ball in your hands for in a lot of really big games. I know your running game really helped you guys a lot. You had a running back like Dylan Baron there to back you up there, and a couple of other guys. But you, man, you made some big plays. I remember going back to the Brownsville Veterans game. You made a couple of big plays down the stretch there to kind of help put them away. I mean, just when, of course, as a quarterback, they call your number, you're gonna step up, man. But I mean, for them to call your number in big instances like that, man, seeing the trust they had in you, what was that like for you? And when did you, become confident with the ball in your hands?
No, it definitely feels good. Like seeing the trust the coaches have in me and putting the ball in my hands when like they needed the first down, letting me throw the ball when they needed it. Like it feels really good.
So, I mean, and you've taken some hits, man. You're a quarterback. I seen you out there. I mean, you played some good teams. I'm going back to the Miller game, man. You came in clutch on some later down situations. I mean, just to be in space like that and to take those hits and to get the first down. I mean, it takes quite a bit, man. Just so from a quarterback's eye view, what's that like for you? Getting in space like that. I mean, just how did you get comfortable? I mean, when doing stuff like that.
Well, no, yeah, Miller's definitely a really good team. The environment was a whole lot different. Packed stadium, like thousands of people, like really cold weather, raining and stuff, and it definitely took us a while. But from the jump, we were doing pretty good, getting some yards that game. Like throughout the whole game, like the whole team played as one. Like we definitely came together, and we said we have to win this game. We fell short at the end, but I felt like our team played a really good game that day.
Yeah, I mean, I think you guys were pretty mentally tough going into that game. The week of, I know Coach Pardo really had a chip on his shoulder going in. I mean, just some of the stories he tells me that I'm not gonna repeat here, but he's you guys as football players, I know you don't need motivation, but I know that Miller, and maybe some reporters and people didn't really believe in you guys going in there. I mean, Miller's ranked, I don't know where in the state, pretty highly. They score in bunches. They didn't lose. I mean, going into that game, everybody kind of counted you out. What was that week like? Seeing you being such a big underdogs, and then coming into that week of practice. What was it like for you?
No, yeah, I think they had the game prediction. I think it was like 55-7. I want to say that was the game prediction. And well, that week was more of a mental sharpness week than anything. Like we Coach Pardo had us there like thinking about the game, like seeing everything happen before it did. Like the whole part of that week was just a bunch of mental stuff.
Okay, so I mean, just morale? I mean, was everybody on edge? I mean, did you guys prepare any differently? I mean, just what was the game plan going in against a team that can score? That was more athletic in a lot of ways. They have
Mhm.
more size. I mean, just what was the plan of attack? How do you guys go in there and game plan for something like that? I mean, for people, the laymen that aren't in the locker room who don't know, what goes on in a locker room and a locker room huddle, stuff like that.
But we just felt like we had a lot of things to prove, especially being an underdog of that much points. Like we felt like we needed to prove to everybody that Pace is just as good as Corpus Christi Miller is.
Okay. And going in, man, I know one of the biggest things is you guys defensively, real, ground and pound kind of team. You guys come out, you guys play really solid defense. Did you guys, whenever you knew it was going to be cold, but whenever the rain came, like the sprinkle, the downpour that just never kind of stopped. I mean, did you guys get nervous, or did you feel that played into what you guys wanted to do? I mean, a lot of kids, I know they like to play football in the cold. They call it football weather, things like that. Did you, whenever you saw the weather conditions, you came to the field, you saw it was going to be an ugly, ugly night. Just what went through your minds?
Well, like we really never see weather like that, and so like me personally, I was a bit nervous. I was kind of like hesitant, throw the ball, stuff like that. But after a while, you start getting used to it, and like you just feel like you can get things done the same way you can as dry weather.
Yeah, and I saw you guys got out those big coats, the BISD ones. I know you guys had those brought in for you guys, so you guys are switching them off. So it was just like a real. Seems like you guys had a game plan. You guys were prepared for anything that day. It just seems like whatever they had, you guys had an answer for it. You talk about throwing the ball. I know whenever we talk about your skill set, we talk about you running the ball a lot. But you delivered an early touchdown pass to a wide open receiver. Do you remember what play I'm talking about? A touchdown, I think it was for about. Yeah. Run me through that play, man. You being a quarterback, nervous about throwing the ball. It seems like you had the touch there. You had the open receiver. Just what did you see? What happened, if you can remember, man?
Well, I remember Coach calling the play, and like the first thing I did was just grab my towel and like just wrap my hand in the towel and like keep it dry, keep it under my legs and stuff, and like keep it in the dirt. And then it was just like a straight go route, I think. So we had Jalen on the left side. Jen's a really good receiver. I think he's gonna go play college ball at Southwestern. Really good receiver that we had. He made a play on him. The guy slipped and just wide open. So I just like in my head, all I had to do was just dump it there. Like just get it there. Please get it there.
Yeah. So I mean, you guys came out to that lead, man. But just as the game unfolded, it just seemed like you guys were destined. I know you guys, whenever obviously the Corpus came back, they had a really good offense. They had all year. They came back on you guys, but you guys, kept strong. Your defense kept forcing turnovers, and then you get to the end there. I mean, you always want to have a chance to win it when it comes to football. At the end, as long as you put yourself with a chance to win, you guys kill the clock. You get down on the goal line, man. I mean, just walk me through that play. I know you guys have you scored. You were going to go for the win. I think anybody would have been surprised if you didn't. So I knew you guys might have a 2-point conversion dialed up. But back to that play. I think it was a 4th down play. What'd you see? What do you think went wrong? I mean, just kind of walk us through that from the huddle, man.
Well, it was a 5 and out to Jalen again. All I did was roll out and just try to get it there, but like I feel like it was my fault. I had overthrown him a couple inches, and he was wide open in the end zone. He catches it, we score. We're definitely going for 2. Coach Pardo already told us. Coach Morales told us, we score, we're going for 2. We're gonna win this thing. Yeah. So like that play right there kind of hurt, but it kind of motivated us in a way to keep on going and like try harder for the next season.
Yeah, and that's a big district, man. Like that's a really tough district. I know. I think everybody in your district fell in that by district round, but that was a really tough district for you guys to go out in there and do what you did. I know you had their coach really. He was a little rattled and shaken at the end, but I know you guys. They knew they were in a fight, so I mean, kudos to you guys. It was still one of my favorite games that I ever went out and saw and covered. I know I spoke to you after. So, but one more year, man. I know you're motivated. Hopefully, things are coming back, man. Just how what's the state of you guys? I mean, just what's the outlook? I mean, have you heard anything? I mean, do you what do you think personally? You think the season's going to come back on time? I mean, just how what have you seen? What have you heard?
Well, I really haven't heard anything, but I really do hope it comes back. I was talking to my quarterback coach, Coach Billy Garza, and he was saying that we're really gonna have some new teams in the district. Like I think the McAllen schools, right?
Yeah.
It could be a whole new district, a whole lot of different types of offenses, defenses, and like we were really excited to see that and like prove that we can play with them too, coming down from a different district.
Yeah, and I'm really excited to see that too. I mean, just seeing the talent that you guys have faced. People are saying like, "Oh, I think Wesco East is going to come in. I think the McAllens are going to come in," and people are talking about how talented these teams are. You know, and they are. They're very talented. But I mean, the teams that you guys have faced. I mean, just this year alone, Mission Veterans was really good. La Jolla Palmview was really good. Rio Grande City was really good. Brownsville Veterans is always good, and then you guys. So I mean, it seems like whatever is going to get thrown at you here wouldn't be something that you guys haven't seen, especially playing in a 10-team district. I mean, it has its challenges of its own. So, what do you think the overall outlook is for you guys to go and compete toe to toe with some of these new teams coming in? I mean, just gut feeling. What do you think?
No, yeah, like there are definitely some really good schools, but I know for a fact that we can compete with them and get on top. Like I know my team, and I know that we've been through different obstacles, different teams, a really large district too. So I feel like we have the strength to get on top of those teams.
Yeah, man. And you talk about your coaching staff, and that's one of the big things with Coach Pardo and his staff and you guys. It seems like the relationship is really there with you guys. I mean, just the players and the coaches coming together the way you guys have. I feel that plays a lot into y'all's success. So what's that dynamic like for you guys?
Well, no, yeah, Coach Pardo definitely treats us as if like we were his own kids. Coach Morales, all the coaches, Coach Garza, he's even my life coach. He helps me out with like life lessons and stuff like that. Treats me like we're their sons almost.
Yeah. And all good guys, man. All good coaches and whatnot. But let's talk about you, man. What's the outlook for this year? I mean, what's the team makeup of the guys that are coming back and the guys that are coming up looking for spots? Just from your point of view, just what's that? What are you guys expecting?
Yeah, we're ready. We're ready. We've been waiting for this for a long time, especially since that last play right there. Fourth quarter, couple seconds, we've been ready. We have it implemented in our minds that we're gonna come and we're gonna like just shove the ball down everybody's throat and just be the best that we can be.
And people don't realize you guys had a really, really, really young team. I mean, I know every year you guys are gonna lose people, and those are always important cogs, but I feel just like the foundation Coach Pardo and you guys have built, just the amount of kids that you have coming up, the sheer excitement that he has for some of the younger guys, the toughness. I mean, people forget like you guys are going to be a really experienced team, but you guys are going to be young. Like Coach Pardo says, we're young, but we're not inexperienced. And I think this year had a lot to do with it. So talk to us about that. Just some of the young guys that are have a lot of grit behind them already because they're already battle tested.
Yeah, well, we have a couple of receivers that played that big game too. Guys on defense, a whole lot of guys on defense, a lot of guys. Like we lost a couple of guys these past 2 years, but I feel like this team can compete better than the other team. Coach Pardo really set the game plan for them. He's been working them nonstop. Like he still does the Zoom workouts. He gets everybody, working and trying to get us ready for this next season.
Yeah, and Coach Pardo, man, he's done really well with the program since he's come in and he's taken the reins there. And I know you guys are really building something special. And I know that you guys are really working hard. For you personally, man, what's next for you? I know you got this next football season and another baseball season. I mean, what's the future hold for Jose Banda?
Well, hopefully a district title in both. I really want to accomplish that. And if anything, just making the playoffs again, 3 years in a row. That mean everything. And after high school, I plan to attend UTSA. University of Texas, San Antonio. Play baseball there.
Yeah, you're a pitcher. You're a pitcher, I assume.
Well, I got recruited. I'm gonna play the outfield.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Well, hey, so what's your plan there? Any thoughts on what you want to major in?
I actually want to get a major in business.
Okay. Any ideas what you might want to do with something like that?
Well, I for the longest time I had wanted to be like get in the game of real estate.
Okay.
Houses, like pack flipping houses, stuff like that.
Awesome. All right, so look at you, man. Jack of all trades, getting it done. Football, baseball, and you got a business mind, man. Good for you. I can see why coaches have a lot of trust in you, man. But just I know there's a lot of people out there wondering if the sports are going to come back, and maybe some of the younger kids might get a little down and whatever. Just any words to some people out there waiting anxiously, or some of the kids that are waiting behind you guys. I mean, just any words of wisdom for them, and what to expect coming in the end of summer.
Okay, well, definitely, it will get better. I know it will get better as long as we, wear the masks.
Yeah.
If we wear the mask, everything's gonna be better. I promise you.
All right, man. Well, hey, Jose, it's always a treat, man, to talk to you. I know you're one of our athletes that we keep a keen eye on, and especially at Pace, man. We know that you guys are doing really great things over there, and it all starts with Coach Part of the coaching staff, and then we see the things that you've done. Great strides, man. So keep it going. I appreciate you being on here with us, man. It's been great. And most of all, man, just take care.
All right, sir. All right, awesome. Thank you guys for having me so much. Appreciate it.
Hey, man, and everybody just keep it here. We got 2 more shows here on the Real Sports Live Sideline Sit Down. We're gonna have a 3 and we're gonna have a 5 o'clock. We got some special treats coming your all's way, so keep it here. Watch us here on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Apple TV, and Roku for our live channels that play our re-airs. So stick with us here, guys. I appreciate y'all being here. Thanks, Jose, and y'all take care.